Far Key Wester here. Since my previous projects didn't seem to attract a great deal of interest, I decided to try something different. The BBC has recently made the 4-part Doctor Who game available, Doctor Who Adventure game. And since there's not exactly a plethora of Doctor Who games available of any sort, good, bad, or indifferent, this one's been fairly well reviewed, considering the source, and considering that it's a point-and-click adventure game, not a AAA release by any means. Spurred on by the fact that if you're in the BBC viewing area, you can get it free, at least the first 4 episodes of it, as part of the license fee you pay for your TV service in the UK. However, there is a game coming out next year, or maybe part of this year, maybe later in this year, something about the Clock of Time or something. And there's also like the Gunpowder Conspiracy and some others that are coming out that are going to be supposedly AAA games and will be chargeable. Right now, if you're in America, you can get the entire first 4 games from D2D or a number of other sources for like $12.95 for all 4 games, and considering they have about, by all reports, about 10 hours of play, it's not a bad price, particularly if you're a Doctor Who fan, which most of us are. So I'm going to record the introduction to the game and then put it up, and if there's any interest, I'll record the rest, but I'm going to also play part of it while I'm waiting a day or two to see if there's any interest in it. And so it won't be totally blind all the way, but mostly blind, let's put it that way. So let's see what happens if you grew up on Doctor Who as I did. You might find it interesting, although like a lot of Who fans I prefer the previous Doctors to this guy, but he apparently has quite a following himself. So we shall see. The interesting thing is that it is voiced by the Doctor and Miss Pond, or whatever her name is, his companion. So it should be interesting to see what happens. I just want to show you one more thing. The interesting little animation here. You notice they came out of the TARDIS when we opened the game. If we quit the game, they'll go back in. And if we come back, there we are, they're out again. So, if there's any interest in my continuing with this series, please let me know. If I get a few people interested, and it doesn't have to be a lot, I'll continue. Otherwise, I'll just go on and play it for my own enjoyment. But I'd really like to share it and my impressions of it with the rest of you. So leave a comment or send me a PM or do something to let me know, and we'll see what happens. In the meantime, you two get back in the TARDIS and we'll wait and see what the people have to say, okay? Go on, go in now. Thank you. Bye-bye now. And they're back out again. Okay, now here's the actual introduction to the game. You can create more than one character, but I've created one already. Let's do the introductory cutscene. Episode 1, City of the Daleks. Episode 2 is Blood of the Cybermen. 2 classic Doctor Who villains here, and incidentally I will crank up my microphone volume a little bit before I start the full recording. So here we go with episode 1. And we want to load it. We don't want to continue. I did play it through the introduction to set it up right. So let's start with Act 1. Yes, we want to continue. City of the Daleks. It's a rather long loading screen, so I'm going to cut out a lot of it. Be back in a moment. Here we are.
1963. Such a good year.
That's the year you bought that outfit, then?
You know, we can go to see the Beatles play in 1963, but the Ice Age is only a click away on the dial.
Can I meet John Lennon?
What? Not Ringo? Why doesn't anybody ever want to meet Ringo?
There's no such thing as a sexy drummer.
You know, I'd never considered that. Then again, why would I? 1963. The Beatles' first two albums. Sean Connery as James Bond. The Kings, the Rolling Stones, Mary Quant, John Steed and Kathy Gale. Right now, out there, London is the coolest place, not just on Earth, but the whole galaxy.
Oh, yeah?
No. Impossible.
Very possible.
Did you get this wrong? Maybe this is like 2963 or something.
There's no mistake, this is 1963.
But how? What or who could have done this?
Something with the power to alter time. On a massive scale.
Doctor, look.
Human, halt!
Get down.
Oh God, it's a dollar.
The last survivor of Earth will be exterminated! Exterminate!
We've got to talk to her.
Wait. Now we've got to talk to her. Come on.
Okay, and then it goes into the tutorials. And I'm going to kill that for now. And just look around. Incidentally... Oh, okay. For those who want to know, I'm playing at this at 1600 by 900, which is my optimum ratio for my widescreen monitor, and also probably for my video card, which is an ATI Radeon 4670. So this is the way I'm going to be playing it, and we're going to see what happens. And if there's enough interest, I'm going to continue onward. And I will be uploading it in HD, widescreen. So we'll see what happens. Just let me know, will you? One way or the other. Until then, Old Fart Key Wester, signing off.